We turn our attention now to the Jamaica Premier League. 2 rescheduled games were played in the competition at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex on Thursday. Dunbeholden and Cavalier played out a 1-1 draw, while Waterhouse, they stopped Harbour View 2-1. The results mean Waterhouse are guaranteed to finish as regular season champions for a second year running. Dunbeholden will take second, regardless of results on Sunday's final day of the preliminary round. By virtue of taking the top 2 places in the league, Waterhouse and the Dunbeholden will get a bye through to the semi-finals. Now, Sunday's final match week, 22, will be highlighted by the battle for the 6th and the final playoff place. Top 6 go to the playoffs. Harbour View are still in control of their fate, but Tivoli and Humberland have an outside shot at pinching that playoff spot. These are the fixtures on Sunday. All games kick off at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. EDT. Malines will battle Humberland. Portmore, they play at home to Mount Pleasant. Mobay United, they play very United. Arnett Gardens entertain Waterhouse. Dunbeholden, they battle Harbour View. And Cavalier, they play Tivoli. So, Lance, I think our commentary game is Cavalier against Tivoli. And the question is, that playoff spot, if we get the table again, that would help us. Who will get this playoff spot? You and I, we had said Tivoli, but Tivoli let us down.
Yes.
And now Tivoli are having to have other people do their work for them.
Yeah. Well, as it stands, Harbour View is best placed. In fact, if Harbour View get a draw in this game, they are likely to advance based on goal difference, because it would mean that Tivoli and Humberland would have to win their games by upwards of 5 or 6 goals, I think, to displace Harbour View. So, on the face of it, Harbour View has the easiest job. They only need to avoid defeat. Tivoli, as you just mentioned, has disappointed us because Tivoli has somehow found a way to go on a 3-game losing streak at the worst possible time of the season.
Yep.
Coming right after a 7-game unbeaten run, which is it was during that period that we were fancying them to get the job done. Credit to Harbour View, who have got some good results for the back end of the season here. But both Harbour View and Tivoli are up against teams that beat them in the first round.
Yes.
Cavalier beat Tivoli, and Harbour View's opponents beat them as well.
That's Dunbeholden.
Dunbeholden beat them. Humberland all of a sudden have this outside shot that we weren't really looking at. They play Malines, so their opponent gives them, as far as opposition is concerned, the best opportunity to get a win.
Yeah.
And if they get it, and both Tivoli and Harbour View lose, then Humberland could be in.
There was a result 3 match weeks ago,
yes,
where the Humberland coach, Andrew Price, lamented that they got a draw from the game, and he was saying, oh my gosh, this result, it was Mobay United. There was a draw. He said, rather presciently, 3 or 4 match weeks ago, that this draw was the result that would cost them a top 6 place. Because if you add the 2 points, if they had won that game, as he expected to, it was against the basement boys, Mobay United, those 2 points to their 25 would give them 27. They would be they'd be level on points with Harbour View in 6th and having a clearer path to the playoffs. So Andrew Price has been proven right 4 match weeks later that was the result. That was the day that they really shot themselves in the foot, playing for the playoffs.
Yeah, because since then they're beaten Dunbeholden.
They've gotten good results since then,
which was a good result for them. So yeah, a draw against Montego Bay United would have been tragedy for the Humberland team, and I feel it for them because they had started the season so badly, this Humberland team. I think it took about 9 games for them to get their first win.
Yes.
And the way they have fought back and stuck in there to put themselves in a position to make the playoffs late season is a credit to them.
All right, if we get the table one last time, we could probably tell the viewers what to expect in terms of the matchups in the playoffs. So from 3rd to 6th, if it is the placings hold.
Yes.
So Arnett Gardens would play
Harbour View,
and Mount Pleasant play Cavalier, right? So 3rd plays 6th and 4th plays 5th. Those are 2 good matchups, you know.
Yeah.
Arnett, Harbour View. Arnett would enter as favourites, of course. Mount Pleasant and Cavalier. The no Mount Pleasant would enter as favourites, but Cavalier are the defending champions, and it will be some meeting between Jamoy Tope, the Mount Pleasant centre half, and his ex-teammates at Cavalier.
Yeah, that's always a clash to look forward to. Credit again to Waterhouse, George, because we had mentioned in the past couple of weeks that they came off this horrendous punishing schedule in the Dominican Republic, and back-to-back regular season champions now, last year and this year. And remember that in 2019-2020, when the season was aborted, they were leading the table and they were on course probably to be regular season champions again. So Waterhouse, as consistent as they come, and good for them that they're getting this break, as they and at Dunbeholden can sit back and look to the quarterfinal playoffs and wait to see who they'll play.
I'm trying to find here, which is why I'm taking the unusual decision of trying to do this on air.
Yeah.
But, right, I'm trying to find the schedule that one of the Waterhouse managers shared with me. We were talking on the commentary, myself and Chris, about the schedule, and she was saying, George, the picture you've painted of the Waterhouse schedule is bad, but it isn't as bad as the reality. So she said to me that between May 9 and June 6, when they traveled to the Dominican Republic to participate in the CONCACAF Champions League, here is the schedule. So May 9 they played Humberland in Jamaica. May 13 they traveled to the Domrep. They trained on the 14th, played a match on the 15th, trained on the 16th, played a match on the 17th, trained on the 18th, played a match on the 19th, trained on the 20th, trained on the 21st, played a match on the 22nd, trained on the 23rd, trained on the 24th, played a match the 25th, traveled back to Jamaica on the 26th, played a match in Jamaica on the 30th, played a match in Jamaica on June 2, played a match in Jamaica on June 6, and played a match yesterday. Lance, this is the stuff that breaks good footballers. It's a good job the Waterhouse squad is big and high quality, but they will relish this break going into the semifinals, and the bye that finishing first gives them, because if they were to scrap in the playoffs for a semifinal place, I would not be fancying them to even make the final this year.
Yeah, and the schedule that you just presented, George, excruciating for a squad, and to think that since they've come back from the Dominican Republic, they have played undefeated in 4 games with 3 victories. This Waterhouse team is pretty special, George. I've been saying for a couple of months that there's no team that I've seen in any recent league that deserves a title more than Waterhouse does, because of what they have done and the disappointments of getting to 3 consecutive finals and losing twice of those on penalties. So it's a team that has been through a lot, and their consistency is a credit to their diligence and the kind of acumen that they've shown as a team that has faced a lot of challenges. I think Waterhouse fans will be devastated if they are not champions this year.
Well, you know where my mast is nailed on. It's nailed on Arnett Guards, but I have a couple of Waterhouse caps and the wristbands, so it's not easy for me to slip unnoticed onto the bandwagon. If and when they win, all right, I look like one of them, I'll put it on and I'll be fine. All right, sticking with regional football, match week 11 in Trinidad and Tobago's Ascension Tournament kicked off moments ago with Defence Force tackling Deportivo Point Fortin. So the table, the Rangers are out front. Well, the 2 teams unjoined 26. This is a live look. Wow, that's not a nice tackle. That's a bad tackle. Let's see what referee Sobers does. I think that was her I saw running across just now. She says nothing. Do we get a replay? This is live, so we don't control it. But I'd love to see. Lad, did you see that tackle? Here it is. Look at this. Oh no, that's a red card. Wow. It was high. No, this is another angle. No, lads, that's a red card. The assistant referee should have flagged for a foul, and Crystal Sobers should have sent him off. I'm sorry.
It wasn't that high though, George.
Lads, it was high.
It was violent. No, George, it wasn't high. It wasn't high. It wasn't high. It was ankle height.
Ankle height?
Yeah, ankle height. But it was violent. George, it was violent.
Lads.
I'm agreeing that it was violent. But it wasn't high.
Lads, so you need to clean your glasses. Lads, ankle height, he was in the air, Lance. The player who got the tackle was airborne. So if it's ankle height, it's high. Because he would have been off the ground.
The contact was made with a leg that was planted.
You see why you don't referee? This is why you don't referee. But what would you have produced there had you been the referee?
I am not saying it's not a red card because it was a violent tackle. but I don't think it was high. It wasn't high, but it was really. He just went through the player.
No intention to play the ball?
Yeah.
Very, very lucky. She doesn't even book him. All right. Well, this is how the table looked heading into this match week. So the Rangers, La Hoqueta, 26 points. They lead the table on goal difference. Well, no, it's dead even. It's plus 20. Is that plus 20? Well, 29 and 28. So Rangers about 29 goal difference and Defence Force about 28. So that's why Rangers are at the top. It's very tight between those two. Police Deportiva, Cunupia, Central, Moruga still to put a point on the board, and their goal difference just widens each week. It's now minus 36.
And it's they that are facing Rangers in the featured game on SportsMax 2 tonight. So
yes.
I think we could pencil in Rangers 3 points here.
And 4 goals based on the defensive record of Moruga. This is the full schedule. Cunupia against Police, they play away. AC Port of Spain, they travel to Central Soccer World. Then Central FC, the team, former team of Brent Sancho, they host Real Westport United. Moruga, the Basement Boys, they have a tough task against the leaders, and Defence Force are battling Deportivo, as you just saw there from our live pictures. We take a break, come back with more in the SportsMax Zone.
Keep watching SportsMax on YouTube for live and exciting sports. Subscribe to SportsMax on cable and download the SportsMax app to watch anytime, anywhere.